I started Filipino martial arts in June of 1966 in the fishing town, agricultural and fishing town of Hinigaran, Negros Occidental in the Philippines. It's our house is about 10 minutes away from by bicycle. 10 minutes away from the house of the famous Presas family, the founder of modern arnis. From there, I started my basics, my first formal introduction to baston. We call it baston in our dialect. It's the equivalent of arnis, as we call it. In some people, they call it eskrima. And the time I am still in short pants, yes, and my interest was sparked when every afternoon I would pass with my bicycle, I would pass the ancestral house of the Presas family, and I would see some people there doing sticks. And I would stop by and watch always, or outside the fence, and I'm just watching like this. And they don't want me to come in because I am very young. And same time, my mother is a school teacher, and I think they are scared of my mother, so I might get hurt or whatever, and without permission from my mother, so they don't allow me there. So every time I would pass in the afternoon, they would drive me away and say, "Go away." So, and the same again, the next day I would watch again, the next day, the next day, the next day. So finally, they let me in, and I was just an observer, sitting down on the side and watching people doing baston. Yeah? And I was introduced after that, and I was told if I want to study. I said yes. I was very excited, so I started the lesson, and the first lesson is footwork. Yes, it's all footwork. The next day it's footwork again. Forward, backward, go to the side, go to the left, go to the right, forward, backward. So the next day again, the next day, and the next day, until I said, it's been 2 weeks. There's nothing except footwork. So I asked my teacher, my first teacher, Roberto Presas, the youngest of the Presas brothers. I asked him, why it's all footwork? Is there any other lesson? He said, just do it. It will bring you to places someday. So it's an old wisdom. So I said, all right. So I continue and continue. So after graduation from secondary school, I was sent by my parents to Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. So take the airplane for about 1 hour to get to the Manila city, where I continued my my education in the university. So I took my education there. So again, I continued my training there because one of the Presas brothers, Ernesto, Grandmaster Ernesto Presas, the younger brother of Remy, has a dojo in Quiapo district, in the heart of the city of Manila. So I trained again there and continued training, and I train normally in the morning or in the afternoon, depends on my school schedule. So I would go to school. After school, I would come back and train again. I stayed with the Presas dojo under Grandmaster Ernesto Presas for more than 30 years.
30 years?
Yes, I am his assistant.
Okay.
Yes.
So you become a teacher You became a teacher?
Yes, there, yes, yes. I am his errand boy. I carry his luggage, his bag. I carry the things, you know, and I was just assisting him. I am among his assistants. So, and while I was staying with the Precious brothers, um, that is where I started modern Anis. Yes. But in Nigaran, back in Nigaran, my first lesson is ABANIKO, Espada y Daga, Palis.
What does it mean?
Abanico is, yeah, later on I will elaborate it. Yes, it's the style of the father of the Precious brothers. So the Abanico, Espada y Daga, Palis. So, and going back in Manila, I continued my training, and that is where I was really my immersion into modern Anis. Okay? So, from there I continued my study.
What are the main differences between modern and classical?
Oh, of course, the modern is we talk of today, yes, and classical is very traditional. These are the old system. So, of course, the modern system started with the classical system. Yes. So the foundation, the basic foundation of the fighting system of the modern times basically came from the old system. So the traditional one or the classical ones. And it evolved and developed and techniques were infused. Some other system like Oriental arts, like in modern Anis, the system was structured, systematized, and developed into a curriculum, and stances were developed, footworks were developed similar to, and I would say influenced by the Japanese footwork. Okay? So that is now the difference between the two. The modern Army system is actually was introduced to the education system in the ministry or the Department of Education in the Philippines, and it became part of the say the curriculum in teaching. It was taught in secondary and also in the university as part of physical education, and so that you can graduate, and it is part of the curriculum. Yes, I am the chairman of the International Modern Anis Federation of the Philippines. That is the mother organization of the late Grandmaster Remy Presas. Yes, that is his home organization, and it was established in the Philippines to continue his legacy as what he wanted us to do. So the last few years, we work on the continuity of his legacy, spread it all over the world, and at the same time continue strengthening the organization. So until now, I am the chairman of the board of trustees of we call it IMAF, International Modern Anis Federation of the Philippines. And at the same time, today, I am the caretaker and head of the Abanico Tres Puntas Classical Arnis International Federation. Abanico Tres Puntas is by Grandmaster Mateo D. Estelioso, my other teacher. The person who introduced me to Abanico Tres Puntas to Grandmaster Estelioso is Grandmaster Ernesto. Grandmaster Ernesto Presas and Grandmaster Estelioso are friends. So I was told by Grandmaster Ernesto, you take up Abanico Tres Puntas with Grandmaster Estelioso. And I asked Grandmaster Estelioso if I can study under him, and he accepted me. And he said, you can start tomorrow. And the rest is history. Yes. Abanico Tres Puntas started, according to our teacher, Grandmaster Mateo Dalisay Estolioso, from Kulasi. It's a town in the province of Antique, yes, in the Philippines, in Panay Island. So Kulasi is famous for bastoneros or anisadors, and at the same time, by tradition, they have their dumug, yes, as part of festivals. So if we have basketball or other events or other sports, in Kulasi they have dumug. It's a regular event. Everybody looks forward for competition every fiesta or how do you say this? If there are special occasions, yes. And Abanico Tres Puntas is, according to the old Grandmaster, it derived from two styles. Yes, he has two teachers, and he put them together. One style is the Abanico, and the other style is Tres Puntas. He put them together, so that now they call it Abanico Tres Puntas. Abanico Tres Puntas is a traditional and a classical system. It belongs to the Abanico family. There are so many types of Abanico, not only one, and Tres Puntas is one of them. So Abanico is a classical or a traditional system, and Tres Puntas is another discipline or another style. And again, it came from the province of Colasi in Antique, and I am very lucky that I was accepted by the great Grandmaster to be one of his students. Abanico Tres Puntas is a fighting system that was developed by Grandmaster Mateo D. Estelioso. And according to him, he formally founded it or formalized it in his lesson somewhere in the 1930s. Yes. He was born somewhere in the 1900s, early 1900s. And he said that he was already developing it when he was around 25 or 30 years old. Yes. So dating back, he said it was somewhere like about 1930 or 1933 or 34. Yes. And until today, yes, what we are teaching today and passing on to our students is exactly the same lesson, what I learned from him. Yes.
So today you are the chairman of the Abanico Tres Puntas?
I am the caretaker. Yes, yes. Because there's a story behind why we call it caretaker. There are 9 students that was accepted by Grandmaster Mateo D. Estelioso, and I am one of the 9.
They are all are still alive?
Yes, only 9. Yes, he was very selective. It's not open to everybody. So of the 9, I am one of the 9 students. So I continue studying under him. Yes, every day.
The 8 others?
Yes, we know each other. We are classmates in our training. And
Today they are still alive?
yes, they are there. Yes, yeah. So while we continue training for several years, and the old teachers, of course, getting old, he gathered every one of us. Yes, and he said, "Listen, everybody." He tapped my shoulder and he said, "I am leaving Abanico Tres Puntas to Rene." So I look at the old teacher and said, Grandmaster, I don't think I'm the right one. He replied and said, I did not say you're the right one. I'm just saying I am leaving it to you. Take care of it. So that was the root word, take care. So when he died, and after that, I continued teaching Abanico Tres Puntas and pass on his legacy. The same original lesson that was taught to him, to us by him, and because he said, take care of Abanico Tres Puntas, so I accepted it, and now I said I am a caretaker. So Abanico Tres Puntas is not mine. It is not a Tongson Arnis system, or whatever you call it. It is owned by Grandmaster Mateo D. Estelioso, and he calls it Abanico Tres Puntas. I am only a caretaker. Yes.
So, of course, Abanico Tres Puntas is a weapon-based system?
Yes, it's a blade-oriented system, weapon-oriented system. The original form of Abanico Tres Puntas is Espada y Daga. Yes. Espada means blade, and Daga is short blade. So Espada is a long blade and short blade. So it resembles the movement when you say Tres Puntas. When you say Tres Puntas, you say Tres Puntas, say this is the espada, the sword, or the long blade. This is 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So Tres Puntas, 3 edges. Okay? And the typical movement of this is triangular. So in the same manner, it's triangular. So 1, 2, and 3. It's a triangle. Okay? And then you will see that even in the logo. Okay? It's a triangle. So this is point 1, point 2, and point 3. So tres puntas, 3 edges or 3 points. Okay? So Abanico Tres Puntas, as a classical system, was developed as a fighting system. Originally, it is not for fighting. It is for agriculture. Yes, the basic weapon or the basic tool of Abanico Tres Puntas is called talibong. Yes,
it's the weapon we can see on the
yes. It's the typical tool for agriculture. Yes, it's used by the farmers. Okay? So the talibong is indigenous in the island of Panay and Negros in the Visayan area. So like I said, it's a tool for agriculture. Okay? But with the invasion of the foreign invaders, they went to the Philippines. So the farmers resisted and fought them, and the talibong is one of the weapons that was used. So from agriculture it went to war. Yes, it went to war. And in modern times, now we still teach it. Yes, and going back, if you would remember, there are in Abanico Tres Puntas there are 4 types of strikes, like I said. Okay? 4 types of strike. The X strike, X. Or sometimes we call it the ocho. Okay? And the other one is banda, and the other one is sungkiti, and the other one is abanico. Right? So how did it develop? Okay? From the farmer tool. Okay? It developed into, this is a tree, this is a big tree, or plants. Okay? The farmers would cut his plant or the tree in this one, See, he's cutting. He's cutting. See? He's cutting. Cut. The same other side, cut. So this cut here developed as a standard. It became a striking system. And he's cutting here on the side. It developed the banda. See? And then, well, how about sungkiti? The talibong at this edges here is a double blade. This part here is a double blade. So when you see the bushes or the vine, so he would see, to remove the extra bushes in the leaves. So it became sungkiti. Abaniko, well, the abaniko is an integration into the tres puntas system. Yes. It became the abaniko tres puntas. So again, originally, it is a farmer's tool. Yes. And it was converted into a fighting tool because of the invasion by foreign invaders that wanted to conquer the Philippines. The Philippines has been fighting during the time for more than 330 years. We fought the conquistadores. Here comes another one. And we fought them again. After they left, we fought another one. So the culture of fighting took us into many generations. Okay? And until today, this fighting system of the Filipinos is now all over the world. In general, the Filipino martial arts is, I would say, is already in at least in about 100 or more countries all over the world. Yes, it is not as popular as some other martial arts, but you will see the Filipino martial arts growing. For the last 10-15 years, the growth of the Filipino martial arts is really significant. From a slight climb, now it's climbing this way, see? Going up. And the development and the acceptance of the Filipino martial arts in many parts of the world is amazing, spectacular. Yes, including France. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. See? So you would see the growth, and even in the case of Abaniko Tres Puntas, see? What is happening now, or what I am doing today, is integral or part of what was envisioned 15 years ago. Yes. When I started to plan 15 years ago, I wrote my action plan. It's a long-term plan, a 20-year plan for Abaniko Tres Puntas. Yes. That on this year and this year, it must happen like this. It should be this way in this year. It should be this way in this year, and so on. Now, for the last 15 years, the growth of Abaniko Tres Puntas is, I would say, very significant and amazing. It started to spread not only in, it's now in many parts of Asia. Yes. Now it's in Latin America. It's in the Middle East. It's in Scandinavia. It's in Eastern Europe. It's in Central Europe and Western Europe. It's in America. In short, Abaniko Tres Puntas is in 32 countries, 26 of which are established in those countries. Established means there are chapters, regular chapters and regular classes, and the rest are networks or cooperations. So all in all, the network is at least in 32 countries and growing. So we look at this, I look at it in the next 5 years, Abaniko Tres Puntas will be, I would say, will become one of the influencer of the Filipino martial arts in the world. Yes. Going back home in the Philippines alone, today, in one area in my hometown in Cavite, Amadeo, Cavite, and then in the next towns adjacent. These are chapters. We have an average of 200 students. Yes, regular studying Sundays and Saturdays and Sundays. These are regular students. Oh, I started, of course, as an assistant instructor during the time with Grandmaster Ernesto Presas, and I would say, if I remember right, somewhere like in the late of 1970s, 74, 75, I was really immersed into it as an assistant instructor. Well, number one is you must maintain discipline. Yes, that is the basic foundation of any endeavor or any work. Yes, is discipline. Yes, and number two, you have to maintain the philosophy of respect and integrity. See? So what you do is what you say is what you must do. Yes, in a correct direction. In short, you are not only teaching there just for the purpose of you want to teach. You teach because you want to share. So teaching is sharing, and part of sharing is, of course, developing your student. Not only the students, you develop the young, carve them so that they become good citizens of the society. So martial arts as integral to the development of a good community is one of the missions of ABANIKO Tres Puntas. ABANIKO Tres Puntas does not only advocate martial arts for fighting and so on. We advocate ABANIKO Tres Puntas also in charity works. Yes, we help in developing community. We cooperate with the community, and at the same time, like I said, it's not only for fighting. Yes, ABANIKO Tres Puntas now is for recreation in modern teaching. Yes, for recreation. It becomes an entertainment when we do demonstration. People get entertained because they said, "Wow, very nice." See, so they get entertained, and because we are doing a lot of movements and so on, it becomes some sort of a physical fitness. Yes, and a martial art for self-defense, and at the same time, of course, to protect our family. Yes, to protect ourselves and protect our environment, protect our friends. So that is the most basic, and everything goes back to you must have discipline. Yes. Well, number one is, as a teacher, as an instructor, you do not have you do not stop learning. Yes, but what you see and what was shared to you are lessons that was passed on by the great teacher to me, and I am passing it to you. So it's exactly the same, or almost the same lesson that was passed on. So there are no additions, no modification. It is the original form of ABANIKO Tres Puntas. So I would say that what I am teaching is the product of the many years of dedication and studying directly under the Grandmaster. It's all inside my brain. If I write it down, I cannot. I probably can start a few and cannot remember, but when I start teaching, everything pops out, goes out, because it's there. It's there. uh, during the time when I was studying under him, there was no curriculum. Yes, it's not structured. He would teach this tomorrow, the next is different. The next day is the lesson last time. The next day is different again. So just continue, and you cannot complain. Yes, just keep doing it. Every time you ask, you say, yes, just do it. Just do it, just do it, just do it. So diligently, you follow it. That is one of the qualities of discipline and obedience. See? So you do not question the teacher. So I continued. And until today, it's the same lesson. And every time I teach, I enjoy it. Yes. Teaching is a passion. Yes. It is an advocacy, and it is a way of life. Because like I said, I had been in F.M.A. in armies since 1966. So it could be 51 years, if I'm not wrong. 51 years. So it's my armies practice is much older than you people. See? It's more than your age. Yes, Grandmaster actually is just a title. Yes, you are the Grand Master or the highest teacher of a certain or a specific discipline or a specific style. So they call me Grandmaster of ABANIKO Tres Puntas and Grandmaster of Modern Arnis. Yes, and it was awarded to me by time. Yes, by time, not because I am very good. Because it's also entail, of course, you must be good. You must have the skill, and number one is you must be ripened by time. Yes, becoming a grandmaster overnight is impossible. Becoming a grandmaster for 5 years, 10 years, no. 20 years, no. I was recognized as a full grandmaster, if I remember right, after 45 or 46 years. Yes, 46 years, if I remember right. And a grandmaster is not promoted. Nobody would say, I am promoting you and you become a grandmaster tomorrow, today. No, you must be recognized by grandmasters. Yes, if they say, oh yeah, you're a grandmaster. Yes, and no matter what you say, I am a grandmaster. But they don't address you grandmaster, then you're a self-proclaimed grandmaster. But when they call you, the real grandmasters call you, oh, grandmaster, grandmaster. They recognize you, then you are. Yeah. So it is part of being or becoming a grandmaster. See? And number two, the most important element of being a grandmaster is you must have followers. Yes. How can you be a grandmaster when you only have 3 students or 3 followers? You must have, being a grandmaster is you must have a kingdom. Yes. You mean in the future?
In the future, of course.
Yes, of course. To continue sharing the unique art of ABANIKO Tres Puntas. Yes, like what I promised the old teacher. Yes, when he said, yeah, you can share it. So the legacy of Grandmaster Mateo D. Silioso must continue, and that is my first mission. And the second is continue teaching the discipline of ABANIKO Tres Puntas. That exactly the original form of what I learned from him, what we learned from him. There are hundreds of grandmasters in the Philippines. hundreds, and hundreds of masters, and some doesn't have the title, but they are the equivalent of grandmasters. See? And I would, with humility and all honesty, I would say I know most of them, and they are my friends because, like I said, we work together. Yes, in fact, today we have the so-called alliance of the big names. See, we have alliance with Reginaldo of the Filipino combat system. See? Reginaldo is one of the big names in Filipino martial arts in the world. Could be one of the biggest, or could be the biggest in terms of influence in other countries. We have alliances and close alliance also with Piquititesia World Federation of Mel Torpal. Yeah? It could be also one of the largest, the biggest in influence all over the world. We are in alliance with Modern Armies. Yes, Modern Armies has so many branches. We are in alliance with Combatan, also a big organization. Calis Illustrissimo. Yes, we are in alliance with Calis Illustrissimo. Pichi Sagin, Baron Sagin, Romeo Macapagal of Calis Illustrissimo. Yeah. Senator Subiri of the Philippines is Calis Illustrissimo. And then we have alliance with Lightning Scientific. Manong Romy Valenzuela and Tita Patti Caballero. These are the big names. What are the others? Balintawak. Yeah. Mention the name and they are our friends. There are so many types of Balintawak. Yes, and most of them we talk. We always talk and we confer with each other. We also have alliances with so many, yes. But generally, I would say that to be able to push and further promote Filipino martial arts, there has to be cooperation among practitioners, and that is one of my principle, and that is one of my intentions. Cooperation, sharing. Let us work together. Because the world is so big that no one or a single organization can hug the whole world. You cannot. Yes. Unless you cooperate and help each other, especially for Filipino martial arts. The success of Filipino martial arts is on the cooperation of everybody. So I would say that if they need my cooperation, always ABANIKO Tres Puntas International Federation and the whole organization and the membership of the federation and also the International Modern Arts Federation of the Philippines, we are open to cooperation to everybody. Yes. Open. Yeah. And the number one element of success is the cooperation of all organizations. Yes. And I am very happy. I am here in France today, and like I said, sharing. Yes, as long as you want to learn, as long as I am here, I am going to share. We are on to success. Yes. Yes. So before I close, thank you very much to my friend Guru Didier Garcia. Yes. We have been communicating. He's my friend for, I don't remember how many years now we are friends. Yes. But we are friends. We have the same interests. See? We have the same interests. Martial arts is putting us together. Yes. That is our friendship. Thank you very much.